Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well rounded. What's going on around the world? If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's get started today. So, Pete Hegseth, and I know he's getting these orders from President Trump. They don't want fat asses in the military anymore, and I couldn't be happier. No more men in dresses, no more drag story time, no more ridiculousness. No more making our military look absolutely pathetic around the world when generals show up in dresses to deal with Russia and China. Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden turned our military into the laughing stock of the world with their ridiculous ideologies and policies. We were a complete joke. Hussein Obama decided to light up the White House and the rainbow flag. Just he's an absolute disgrace. I have a question. If it's no big deal to be gay in 2025, then why doesn't Hussein Obama just come out and say that he's gay? Because if you do research on him, there's been multiple men that have made videos saying that they slept with Barry Soetoro, that they call him Bathhouse Barry. He's known in Chicago as a homosexual. If it's no big deal in 2025 to be a homosexual, why doesn't Hussein Obama just admit that he sleeps with men? Just admit it. Let's listen to what Pete Hegseth had to say.
Physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a four-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the joint force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year, every year of service. Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our joint force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already.
No more fat soldiers in the United States military. You know, it's just the typical Democratic liberal way. How can we be as soft as possible? Just what you want to see, 400-pound soldiers with purple hair, earrings in their face, unshaven. This new ideology in the military where everybody just wants to be themselves and be their true selves, whether it's long hair, long braids, not shaven. That's not the policy. And if you don't like the policy, then don't join the effing military. The special force is a little different with the beards because they need to blend in a little bit more in the Middle East. Clean shaven faces don't go over as well over there. But if you're a regular officer in the military, you need to be clean shaven and have a short haircut. You're not there to be your true self. You're there to follow orders. And if you don't want to follow orders, then get the F out of the military. I'm so tired that everybody has this attitude like, oh, I could just do it my way. Oh, those rules don't apply to me. Oh, I didn't like the same thing in New York City with the police officers. You see police officers with long braids, long hair, beards down to here, tattoos everywhere. Is that really an appropriate way to look for as an officer? And then you get an exemption because you're crying racism, that it's racist to make me get a haircut. That's the policy. If the policy is you can't have your hair longer than your shoulder, or in the military, it can't be this, then don't join. But what will Democrats and liberals do? They got an excuse for everything just to make everything look as trashy, disgusting, and vile as possible. Every time I used to see that general last year, the defense secretary, I forgot who he was. It was a man in a dress. And Hussein Obama and Joe Biden applauded him for being so brave. Hey, listen, if you want to get dressed in a dress on your off time, you could do whatever the F you want. When you come to work, you're in your uniform as a man. And if you don't like that, you're going to be fired. You're not coming here as a woman. We're not dealing with your mental disorder on full display 8 hours a day. But leave it to Democrats and Hussein Obama and Joe Biden to make this the norm in the military. Could you imagine? This is 2025 right now. Could you imagine you went back to 1990 or 1986 and you'd be like, oh, we're going to have this conversation that to be in the military, you have to be fit and be in uniform. They'd be like, what the F? Well, what other options is there? Leave it to Democrats to make everything complicated and vile. And I'm so glad. Make these fat asses run. If you're, I don't understand how you don't do exercise at least minimum 5 times a week, whether you're in the military or not. You have 350-pound generals in the hallway with pink hair. The F. I just, you know, liberals are just the progressives. They're just disgusting in every type of way. You see all these people online, they're 600 pounds and the pink hair and they're crying and they love food and they love comfort and they love softness. And that's what Democrats want in the military. That's who Democrats should think that should represent the American military around the world when we deal with our enemies. Oh yeah, let's send these men over there who can't figure out that they're not women or say that there's 98 genders or they're cis whatever or they're non-binary. What the F are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? If anybody tells me they're a non-binary, I just say, you know what, get the F away from me. I don't. Life is too short. I don't got time for your effing garbage. F off. What are your? Somebody's asked me that a couple times. What are your pronouns? I go F you. They're like, that was so rude. F you. I've been asked this a couple times lately for different reasons. What are your pronouns? My literal response is F you. You can't figure out what my pronouns are? Mr., sir, dude, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Do I look like I have confusion issues? Oh, I'm a non-binary. Oh, I'm a trans. I can I can go trans planes and morph into anything I want. Whether I'm a man, a woman, a dog, a cat, a squirrel, I could just morph into anything. No, you can't, idiot. Let's listen to Pete continue removing the social justice warrior policies, bringing down our military, making morale below sub-zero because we have a bunch of idiots and Joe Biden and Hussein Obama running the military. You remember when Hussein Obama went over to Afghanistan and he was trying to get all of our troops killed? He gave a big speech that he wanted to win the hearts and the minds of our enemies. No, we're really there to unalive them. I don't want to win their hearts and their minds. So what did Hussein Obama do? He made it impossible for you to engage enemy combatants. So when you're getting fired at, you had to call in and get permission to fire back. If anybody at this point doesn't think that Hussein Obama is a scumbag, I don't have time for you. I just don't. Hussein Obama is the one of the biggest pieces of shit in all of America. And he proves it every time he opens his stupid mouth.
This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses.
Oh, God.
No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that.
Pete Hegseth, white, straight, male, Christian. He will now be called racist. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I know. It's just like, it's just so sickening that he even has to give this speech. Like, what the F? Like, what is going on? I mean, it's been going on for a long time. It starts in the school system where, nobody's allowed to compete. You can't play kickball because, this pink-haired little moron that paints his fingernails, he doesn't like that. And his mom wrote a note. So we can't do that. We can't let little boys be little boys. They got to be little girls now. And then it just gradually rolls into all this type of garbage. Oh, toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is eating steak and potatoes and watching Fox News and lifting weights and trying to get your testosterone up high. That's toxic masculinity. That means you're a racist. Like, this has nothing to do with my video, but I was like flipping through. What the hell is this thing? What is it? What is this? What is it?
Pronti per combattere. Io sì. Fai. Troppo. Fai.
God, he is scary. The demons, they don't even hide anymore. So the Muslims, once again, they're not even hiding their agenda for Europe and America. Let's let them talk. Let's let this piece of garbage talk.
Messengers of the messenger. We are the representative of this deen of Islam. We have to be the solution. The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house. We have to be a part of that change. We have to be a part of that da'wah. We have to be a part of those ghuraba who stand firm on our aqidah and our practice and our deen and never ever apologize. We're unapologetic. Never ever compromise. We're uncompromising.
Well, is it Islamophobia, to tell the truth, what their agenda is for you? And I can't wait to, we'll see about that. I guarantee I could wipe that smile off your face in about less than 2 seconds. Entering every household in America and Europe. Well, we're just going to have to see about that, won't we, there, tough guy? Joy Reid has to be one of the most ignorant, dumbest people on television. Let's not forget racist, because that's what she is. She claims they want to take the country back to no income tax, no regulations, earn as much as you want, leave it all to your children without tax. Yeah, Joy, that would be the plan. That would be a great plan, wouldn't it? Yeah, Joy, that would be the plan, wouldn't it? That would be a great plan. Leave it to ignorant Joy Reid. That's a bad thing. It just tells you why Democrats and certain neighborhoods look the way that they do, because you got idiots like this who people actually look up to and they think they're intelligent. It's just downright laughable.
Go back before the 20th century, there were no income taxes. There were no regulations on business. You could earn as much money as you want, leave 100% of it to your children with no taxes. Right. That's the world they want back. And to get it back, they need society to change. They need people to be less modern. They need people to want fewer things. Is that if you
Joy, why would you want our oh, that's right, because a lot of people in America think that they don't have to work. So you need all the taxes so you could subsidize them while they sit home all day, smoke weed and make kids and cause trouble. That's why she's really against this. That's the real issue here. That's the real issue. So I wouldn't expect anything else from this ignorant, racist piece of garbage. That's what she is. Memphis rapper Jay Fizzle now has 31 children, 3 on the way, adding the total of 34. Wow. Awesome. This is what Joy Reid is asserting to right here. Are you going to tell me this shithead rapper pays for all these kids? Of course he doesn't. So who do you think is subsidizing all these kids? The taxpayers. That's why Joy Reid wants state tax and Fed tax, so you could pay for garbage like this. 20-year-old shithead rapper that has 37 children from literally 20 different women. But hey, we should all be on the hook for that, right? No, it's me. I'm just angry. Let's listen to Hakeem Jeffries. He thinks he's a tough guy, like he's going to do something to President Trump. I'll tell you what, President Trump, if you need me to handle your light work, give me a call. I'll come and bounce him off every wall and floor in the entire Capitol. And listen, talk is cheap. Just give me a call. I'll handle it for you.
And Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me.
Ooh.
Woo.
Ooh, yeah, Maxine Woodard. She's getting all hyped back there.
Don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Oh, yeah.
Say it to my face.
You're so tough.
House Democrats.
Do you see the hypocrisy in these cowards, these lowlifes, these weasels, these communists? He's mad because President Trump did a meme to his picture. They tried to take President Trump's life 3 times. They shot at the man. They tried to assassinate him. But if Hakeem Jeffries sees a picture of himself with a sombrero, he's ready to fight and cry and be the emotional little closet case woman that he actually is. Right. Okay. I mean, you see the hypocrisy in that? It's just laughable. Yeah, these are the people that are going to come into your home and make you bow to Allah. Look at this guy. You can tell he's the product of some inbreeding. Okay, yeah. Right. He's literally the product of when like first cousins sleep with each other or brother and sister, and this is what comes out. The spawn, that's what comes out. So we have another one of these its calling for ICE agents to be assassinated, whatever this thing is. Let's make him him, hers, they, thems, non, whatever. I'll call them demons. Let's make it famous.
You can just kill ICE agents. You know that? You can just kill them. You don't have to hold your phone in their face and ask people when their birthday is and ask people what their name is and then try to find wherever they end up in Los Angeles. You can kill them. This isn't about social media clout anymore. This isn't about video. This isn't about the phone. This is about get a gun and start killing ICE agents. They are deputized corrections officers. Kill them.
Let's make it famous. Let's get it arrested and sent to Gitmo for being a terrorist. This is an awesome story. I love this one. So in Iowa, the predominantly all-white school board, all liberal women, liberal women are just the most vile, disgusting people on planet Earth. They decided to let an illegal alien with multiple convictions for firearms be the head superintendent of their school district. Ian Roberts has been a registered voter in Maryland since 2025. Robert is an illegal alien. You don't think it's time to clean up the voter registration rolls? He was making $300,000 a year in charge of your kids. He's an illegal alien with multiple illegal firearms charges and convictions. But somehow he was allowed to stay in America, making $300,000 a year in charge of your children. I wonder what this piece of garbage was teaching your kids. Probably to hate America. Don't listen to your parents. America needs to be rebuilt from scratch all over. We need to be more like China and Cuba and the rest of these garbage countries. I'm sure that's exactly what this piece of garbage was teaching. But hey, let's put him in charge of the whole school system because white liberal women, they love his story. He was so brave. He came here illegally, he broke the law, and now he's trying to make a better life for himself. So let's put him in charge. Let's pay him $300,000 a year. Let's put him in charge of all the school system in Iowa. What could possibly go wrong? Democrats, you're just a joke. All of you are a joke. Well, I made a video on it last night. Bad Bunny, this trans whatever, who's an open groomer that gets dressed in dresses and drag. Leave it to Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell shows how much he hates America and Christians. And oh, by the way, his performance isn't going to be in English during Super Bowl 60. It'll be in Spanish. He'll be wearing a dress. He'll be trying to groom your kids. Great pick, Roger Goodell. Bad Bunny. Real class act, Roger. Roger Goodell doesn't give a shit about the fans of the NFL. He doesn't care about the truck drivers. He doesn't care about the Christians, the construction workers. You know why? Because he's getting so much money from sponsors. He doesn't give a shit about any of us. Roger Goodell is a woke, demonic, liberal idiot like the rest of them. And his pick for Super Bowl 60 lets you know exactly what he is. And Jay-Z and Beyonce are also behind it. Two other pieces of communist garbage that both should get on a plane and go live in Cuba and China since they think it's such a great place to live. Just trash. Look at this trash. Yeah, great role model, Roger. Isn't the NFL all about the kids, Roger? Well, let's put this thing on stage. So we have more Democrat success stories. Logan Federico on the right. She was murdered by career criminal Alexandra Devante Dickey, who had nearly 40 arrests on his record, yet he was still free to roam the streets. He put Logan on her knees, hands behind her head, and decided to execute her People will say for no reason. I don't believe it's for no reason. All of these criminals love to murder white women, and it is exactly what it is. Oh, let me guess, he had a mental illness, right? But their mental illness only seems to come out when their victims are white. More Democrat success stories, and the judge that let this piece of garbage out should be arrested and prosecuted for aiding and abetting a murder, and you all know it. This is what you get with Democrats. You have certain judges that won't lock them up. You have people on TV that make excuses for this criminal behavior. I'm sure Montel Williams will get on TV and say that this man was hurting on the inside. So he had to murder this innocent USC college student for absolutely, well, there is a reason. She's white and he's a thief and he's a piece of shit. So that's the reason. The Democratic Party is an absolute disgrace. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.